Hi all, and thank you for your time. I am very excited to be given the opportunity to introduce you to Trotter. My name is Anurag Verma, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Trotter. Trotter has only been live for a few months, but it is something that I have been working on for the last 5 years. I and my co-founding team have literally spent years analyzing, researching, validating, and testing, and we are so humbled that Trotter is now live, has been downloaded almost 12,000 times in 4 months, is used in more than 100 countries, and continues to grow at more than 20% week on week. So come on, let me introduce you to Trotter. Trotter exists to solve the problem that I, and many others, and no doubt yourselves, run into every time we plan a trip. It is really hard to get on-demand, personalized travel recommendations you can trust. So, because there's nothing that solves this today, we spend hours going through websites and aggregators and blogs and social media to try and find tips that are relevant and interesting for who we are, what we like, what our budget is, and what isn't on the tourist run. So if you and I searched best restaurants in New York today, we'd both get the exact same results. But we're different people with different preferences and different budgets. What if one of us is vegetarian? What if I have young kids and you're going with your partner for a kids-free holiday? What if I have a luxe budget and you don't? There is nothing that exists today that solves this problem. In short, the travel planning and booking process is broken. And this is not just a problem that I face, or a handful of people face. This is a problem that resonates with everyone, because existing platforms like TripAdvisor or Google don't have any personalization built into them. So you don't know who you're getting recommendations from. You wouldn't stop someone in the middle of the street and ask them for the best restaurant to New York. But this is exactly what we do when we go on TripAdvisor. Importantly, people are crying out for a solution to the problem. People are craving on-demand tips. The majority of travelers are asking brands to tailor information based on preferences and behaviors, and a huge 83% would let travel brands track them online if they received a more personalized experience. We have faced all of these issues firsthand, so we got together to solve them. Trotter makes travel planning delightful. We have developed a proprietary algorithm that gives users on-demand, personalized recommendations they can trust. Put simply, we match users with others based on their preferences, behaviors, and budgets. So if you and I searched for restaurants in New York, we would get different results because one of us is vegetarian, or one of us has young kids, or because we have different budgets or different preferences. Trotter makes travel planning delightful through a personalized feed curated for your interests, the ability to ask like-minded travelers for on-demand recommendations, the ability to plan entire trips either solo or with a group in real time and in the one place. So you no longer need to rely on complex spreadsheets and 1,000 emails and messages trying to plan a group holiday. And it connects you with a global community of travelers just like you, who are excited to introduce you to their own adventures. Our opportunity is massive. I won't read out all these numbers, but it's sufficient to say that travel is a $1 trillion industry, and even a niche market, being millennial travelers, which is where we fit, is more than a $200 billion market. India is one of the fastest growing travel markets in the world, and India alone is expected to be greater than 60 billion travel market by 2020. We're going super fast, and we're really well placed to capitalize on this opportunity. There are a few numbers in this slide, but some to call out are that our monthly active users are growing at around 28% week on week over the last 4 months. We have more than 3,200 live trips being planned on our platform. More than 5,000 tips have already been shared, and users have searched for recommendations more than 15,500 times. We're used in more than 100 countries, and all of this has been done on a marketing budget of less than $100 a day. We didn't get this far by simply spending money to acquire users. We got here through our personalization algorithm, which gives different customer segments unique tips that are hard to surface elsewhere. Because the travel community we've created enjoy discovering and helping other travelers. Because our tips are relevant to users' preferences, and because of old-fashioned word-of-mouth organic growth. We have a solid plan to go from 7,000 users to 7 million and beyond. Partnerships will be huge for us, and we've already partnered with Expedia to let users book accommodation on Trotter. We've already partnered with the flight aggregator to let users book flights on Trotter, and we've partnered with more than 10 other retailers and hospitality brands who will help distribute Trotter and incentivize users by providing discounts. We will grow fast by gamifying travel in a way no one is doing, by rewarding users for quality interactions through a revenue share arrangement where revenue earned by Trotter through booking will be shared with the person who gave the recommendation, and by evolving into not just a travel app, but an everyday use app, by surfacing the most relevant and interesting recommendations about your own hometown, so you use Trotter every day and not only when you're planning. Not only do we have a solid plan for growth, we have a solid plan for building a sustainable business. We plan to monetize through sponsored ads based on audience location, age, budget, interest, travel preferences, and/or gender. We plan to take a clip of accommodation, activities, and flight bookings, and we're confident that our personalization algorithm will generate higher rates of conversion than other platforms. We plan to create an offer platform, pushing hyper-personalized offers to users based on their location and budget, and create a data subscription model providing market read reports to travel industry participants based on our real-time and segmented customer preference data. And we plan to monetize further through a premium feature which users will pay for in-app, including the ability to boost urgent asks if you need immediate tips. For example, I'm in Sydney for 7 hours layover, what should I do? The appendix to this deck contains additional slides that explain each of these revenue streams in detail, so I won't spend much more time here. We believe that a combination of our growth strategy and business model will allow us to hit more than 3 million users and more than 12.5 million revenue by 2022. We believe this is a conservative number. We also believe that we will succeed in a space which has large incumbents and new startups. That's because no one is looking at travel in the same way we are. All existing platforms, including startups that we're aware of, look at travel in the same way. A linear set of activities where the user must do everything themselves. Research, search, compare, sift, bookmark, decide, book, and then remember the tips whilst on their trip. Trotter reinvents travel through a platform model that puts the user at the center of the journey, and where simply asking for a tip or planning a trip sets off a series of triggers in the algorithm which would, if the user wanted, automate the entire travel planning and booking process, from surfacing personalized recommendations to booking to planning solo or with a group in one place and to directing you while you're on your trip. No other travel platform can do this. And no other travel platform can or will own the end-to-end travel journey like Trotter, where you can do everything from asking and receiving personalized tips to planning trips to creating beautiful travel guides of your adventures. I'm incredibly proud of Trotter and incredibly proud of my co-founders who have built this platform. I, myself, have a background in data monetization, private equity, law, and venture capital. I also have a master's in law and finance from the University of Oxford. Suv is our CTO, and he has more than 15 years experience in software development, including as a VP of engineering in a startup acquired by GE. And Saxon is our creative director, who is also a founder of a photo editing app called Piclay, which achieved more than 10 million downloads before his exit. We're supported by a team of advisors that include Tammy Marshall, who was the global MD of Kentucky, amongst other things, and Valeska Block, who is a law firm partner specializing in data commercialization. We are Trotter. We're here to make travel planning a personalized and delightful experience, and we're raising 500,000 Australian dollars to ramp up our growth. We have a clear path to growth, a clear path to significant revenue, a strong team supported by heavyweight advisors, and we propose to exit by way of trade sale to an industry incumbent like Expedia or Airbnb after we've hit those milestones. We would love to have you along for the journey. Thank you.